This is part 3 of this steam engine repair. I've determined that the bolt pattern wasn't drilled correctly on part number 2 of this video series, and I've reassembled the cylinder onto the engine and just clamped it in place and put a 3/8 inch pipe here where the governor is going to set, and clamped a machinist square alongside there so I can determine whether I've got it square or not. I'm just using this 6-inch rule as a gauge, and it's equal all the way up through there. This is not extremely accurate because I've got the machinist combination square just clamped to the wooden board that this engine is mounted on. But I believe it'll be true enough so the governor belt will run true to the crankshaft. It's going to make the drain petcocks a little bit skewed under here, as well as the bolt pattern on the cylinder head. This is going to be skewed a little bit, but there's not too much I can do about that now. By mocking this all up together without actually bolting it up, the engine still turns freely. There's no binding on the valve gear or the piston. It turns very easily. There should be no problem there with any binding or anything. This is about the best repair I've come up with. What I'm going to do is actually rebore these holes here to match the holes in the cylinder. What that's going to do is create an elongated hole here. It's not going to be perfect, but with a heavy machine washer on the bolts here, nobody will ever know the difference other than the people watching this video. Because what I had to do is rotate this cylinder to get the governor straight with the crankshaft. There's been 2 other folks work on this, and what they've done is weld or braze this fitting on the valve cylinder. I'm a little bit hesitant on doing any more welding on this because of the heat can warp the cast iron and may do more damage than harm. The valve and everything seems to run very free, and I don't know if this fella tried to run this engine after they brazed this fitting on there or not, but I believe it'll run okay. It runs very easily, or turns over easily. But when the other 2 folks that worked on this, they just rethreaded it into the same threads that was already in the casting. Didn't really change anything. I suspect this is straight. The threads were okay in this valve cylinder. The problem was back here. when these bolt holes were misaligned with the main part of the engine here. So this is twisted a little bit. And these bolt holes will be elongated so they will match the cylinder. That's about the only solution I could come up with without doing more damage than harm. I believe it'll be alright. Stay tuned for the next video.